Money Productions. Money Productions.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another video here on the Shitbox Collection channel, and today we are gonna start working on the two e46s here, specifically on the sedan there, because the Touring is basically a complete bare-bone chassis, so we're gonna start work on the sedan today. So, what we need to do to start working on this car here is to get rid of all of this stuff here that's in front of it and on top of it and all of that stuff. Just get rid of all of this here so we can move the E46 there and this E46 there. Now you might be asking, how am I going to do that with this one? Well, over there I have a trailer thingy that I can put the chassis on here, that I can put this chassis onto, and then I can move it around. So first of all, we'll be moving all of these boxes and things, wheels, vacuum cleaner, all of that stuff out of the way, and then we'll move this one over here and start working on it. So I was gonna do a time lapse like I usually do, but I think it would be easier and make the video more fun if I just do this, then everything's gone, nice, quick and easy. So now the next thing to do, now everything in the front is done, E46 can move forwards, but now the next thing to do is to move everything that's next to it, like that exhaust, everything underneath the touring chassis, like tool and all of that stuff that may have been left behind, just to make it that much easier to just move these two and to clean it up afterwards, because while these two are moved out of the way, I will be cleaning where these two were sat, because I'm gonna admit it was quite dirty. Like, I only cleaned a bit on the touring, but yeah, there was a ton of sand from oil and all of that stuff. It was quite dirty. So yeah, now we're just gonna clean up everything else. And then we'll probably start moving them. So I've now moved everything from the front of this E46. I moved everything from around E46s here in the back, nothing here, nothing here. On this side it's still a little bit cramped, but that's alright. But the most important thing is we have room to walk around the E46s now, so we can move them. Now, I put some of the stuff here in the Touring. I'm probably gonna move these mats here to the engine, on top of the engine there and stuff. I'm not gonna use these anymore. So if you are looking for some E46 floor mats for a Touring, hit me up. I have some, I don't need them anymore. As well as the headliner for the Touring, I don't need that anymore as well, as this is going to become a drift car. I'm probably going to start with moving this E46 here in my sedan, so I'm just going to move it forwards, so I can start vacuuming under here and making sure this floor is nice and clean, because you're going to see it when the Touring is here. So yeah, let me just get on with that, and then we'll have to wait for my friends to arrive to move the Touring, because I'm not jacking it up myself and putting that carton here myself, because it's a nasty job to do and pretty unsafe job to do, so I'm gonna be here with some friends to do that. So yeah. Also the Sylvia needs to move to do that, so yeah, this mate with the Sylvia is coming to put his wheel back on, so we can move the Sylvia, get the wheelie car trailer thingy under the Touring here, and then we can actually start moving these two cars, and then we can start working on them. So yeah, great success. Let's try to do that. So the Touring is now on its trailer thingy bobber, so we can now move it. It's relatively stable. It's stable enough to move, but it definitely still needs a ratchet strap around the trailer and into like here in the inside, across here. Just one strap across the front, because like you can see, it's quite forward. And if I move to the back, there's a lot of the back hanging out. And it's a bit rear heavy, but it's stable enough to move. So the plan now is just to move this thing, the Touring, over here, and then we'll move the sedan to where the Touring is, And then we'll start dismantling this thing, the sedan. We'll start tearing into it. So the E46s have now switched places. We can now start tearing down the sedan, getting it to basically the point where the touring is now. So yeah, first step now is to empty this car, because I've been using the sedan as a trash bin for all of the broken parts and the parts I don't need anymore from the touring. So now it's time to make the touring the trash bin, because I'm basically going to start working on the touring again when this car, the sedan, is at the point where the touring is now, and then we'll both kind of start cutting into the chassis at the same time and all of that stuff, because it's gonna save time in the long run. So yeah, let's start making the touring the trash bin. So the E46 is now empty on the interior, on the engine and the trunk. It's all empty now, so now we can start tearing into it really. So first things first is I'm gonna be putting it on the 4 jack stand, just like the touring was, because that's gonna be the easiest way to do things here. And yeah, and then after that the plan is to pull the engine in this video. So this video will not end until this engine is out of the car. So the E46 is now on jack stands, as you can see. Now we can actually start tearing into it, which, as I said before, we're going to be removing the engine first. So before we actually remove the engine, we got to remove everything that's keeping it to the car, like the wiring harness and the transmission and the exhaust and all of that stuff. So first of all, we're going to remove the exhaust and the transmission. So the engine of the E46 is now basically loose in the chassis. It's basically ready to be taken out. Like you just saw, everything that's keeping the engine in is been removed. So it's just the cable harness left, and that's about it. I was going to remove the transmission, but that's not going to happen now because it's just annoying to do. So yeah, I just need to remove the cables and stuff and the wiring harness, and then this thing will come out. So, I should probably tell you guys that what I was doing here is incredibly stupid. I am attempting to remove an engine on my own. That is, to put it simply, stupid enough to I can't even describe it how stupid it is. Absolutely do not do this at home. If you are removing an engine, please, please, please have somebody there for if something happens, like the engine falls on you, or you get hurt, or you get stuck somewhere, that he can help, or call 911, call 112, whatever. Just make sure you have someone there that's able to help you in the case, or just in case of emergency. You never know what's gonna happen. I took a great risk here. Like, yes, it helped. Yeah, it went quicker than it would have if I didn't have anybody there. But was it really worth it in the long run? Like, now it went fine, but it was a lot scarier than it had to be. So, yeah, please, if you are gonna remove an engine, please take it seriously. This is about a good 600 kilos worth of metal that's just hanging there, ready to snap at you and basically try to kill you. So please, if you are trying to remove an engine, have someone there. Please say be safe and just make sure nothing happens and that you have someone there with you.
That was one of the most scary engine removals I have ever done in my entire life.
So, as you can see, the engine is now out of the chassis of the E46. It was, let's just call it stressful, to say the least. Doing it alone wasn't fun. Definitely wasn't fun. It was more stressful and scary, most of all scary to do alone, because the way I lifted out the engine with the transmission and stuff, all with actually only the transmission still on it, meant I had to put it on an extreme angle to actually get it out of the engine bay. So yeah, it's also kept getting stuck on all of that, on all of the extra stuff in there, and it wasn't fun. It was very scary, but hey, we got it out. It's there. It's on the floor now. It's in front of the other E46. We can now start actually tearing into it even more, which probably the next thing we will do is probably on the rear, just getting rid of the trunk and all of that stuff, and the rear axle to get weight off of the rear, and then we'll tackle the front axle. Don't ask me what happened to this wheel. It just randomly fell out one day, so it does that sometimes. It's an E46, it just does that. So yeah, with that scary experience being behind our back, I'm gonna finish this video here because it's taken me long enough to finish this video because of like motivation and actually getting to work on this vehicle while there's nobody here to get a good video for you guys. So yeah. But anyway, without any further ado, with that all being said, I'm gonna end the video here and do the rest in other parts. This is gonna be a multi-part series. It's not gonna be like an hour-long build video, or I just wouldn't have anything else to post. But yeah. Anyways, if you like this video and you would like to see the progress on the Z46, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, do all of that great stuff, and I hope I'll see you in another video, in the next video on this thing, hopefully. So, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, as I already said, and I'll see you again in the next video. Goodbye.